Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're out in a full Capri. We've got a road test coming up that you won't want to miss, guys. Stay tuned. Catch you in a sec. That'll be my lift. Catch you in a sec. Right, well, we're on the road in the Capri. So Bruce, tell us a little bit about this car.
Yes, this is my 1978 Mark III Capri. It's one of the very first Mark IIIs. It was bought brand new from Perry's main Ford dealer of Finchley up in London area, and then it was exported abroad for the first 2 years of its life and then repatriated into the UK, and it was issued with a V plate when it came back in. So although V's 7980, it is actually a 78 car. It's a 1.6 GL model in Jupiter red. I've been after a Capri for a little while, and I bought this one because it hadn't been messed around with. It had pretty much one owner all of its life. It had done fairly low mileage, and the main thing that drew me to it, other than the colour combination and the spec, was the fact it didn't have a sunroof, because I didn't want one with a factory sunroof, having seen a fair few Capris before in the past with factory sunroofs. The drains run down through the roof pillars and into the bottom of the sills.
Common rock problem.
When I bought the car, I took the cylinder head off and did the valve stem oil seals, put some new cam bearings in it, serviced as much as I could with it, and that was 3 years ago, and we've done about 5,000 miles in that time, and I haven't had to touch a thing on it other than an oil change, and it just, I always get in it and it just bang on the button and off we go, sort of.
Perfect. And so bodywork wise, was it pretty much like this when you got it?
Yeah, it's had a paint job at some point in the past. I can see the original paint underneath the actual paint that it's got at the moment, and
still the original colour there.
Yeah, it's still the original colour of Jupiter red.
Yeah.
The paint job's okay. It's not great, to be fair, but at the moment I'm just in the middle of sorting out my house to do a house move, and I don't really want to start doing any projects
the right time, no.
until I've moved house. So it's fine as it is. I've got a couple of new wings for it. These ones are just starting to pickle up on the front by the headlamps, and I had to change the passenger door last year because where I live, one of my new neighbours had a visitor who kindly reversed into the door and smashed it.
Oh, joking.
He tried to kind of skulk off, but thankfully my friend out the front had seen it. We'd only been back home for about 5 minutes, and I dashed into the toilet, and my friend was taking some stuff out of his car, and this person that reversed into the door thought that nobody was around and was trying to creep off, but my mate thankfully stopped him. And to be fair, sorry for the language, but he was a bit of a wanker. Seemed like he'd had a bit of a drink or two, and I went through the insurance to get it sorted out. Luckily I had agreed valuation on the car. Had he have not been so arrogant and bullshit about it, I probably would have taken a different approach, because I did actually already have a rust-free door in the shed that I'd been up to London and bought for it, because this one was just starting to go on the bottom of the door.
Yeah,
but because of his attitude and how he was, I didn't didn't tell him that. So so I had to fit the door quicker than what I wanted to, because it had a whacking great dent in it, and I did the quickest blow over possible. I took the car down to my local paint factors to get the paint matched up, but because it had been painted some years ago and the colour is slightly off to the original Jupiter red, they couldn't really match it, so the passenger door's a little bit of an off shade, but to be fair, it's
takes you off, isn't it?
Yeah, it was gold, the door I put on it, so having a red car with a gold door on it wasn't really that great, so it kind of took my eye off of it.
Oh, what a shame.
But otherwise it's really good underneath. It's not been touched underneath. It's still got all the original floor pans, chassis, outriggers, all the sills are original. I think it's led a pretty easy life, but it's also been Z-Bark rust protected from new, which it still wears the original sticker in the back window, which they drilled holes in various box sections and cavities and filled it with this wax, and it seems to have done the trick, because it's very, very solid underneath.
In terms of protecting panels, are spares readily available for the Capri stuff?
They are extortionately expensive.
Right.
The front passenger door, I paid £300 for a bare door. Driver's doors are harder to get hold of, and they're more in the realms of sort of 450, 500 quid for a really, really good door. Bonnets, you can't get new bonnets obviously anymore because it's an old car, but bonnets are about £1,000 for a decent bonnet. And genuine Ford front wings, they go for over £1,000. Front valances are over £1,000. I actually saw one the other day on the Capri owners page on Facebook. Some chap was selling a genuine Ford front panel. It was 1,500 quid. Not that I need one.
Bloody hell. Is that purely down to the fact that no one's making them, or can you get some pattern parts?
There are people that are making them, but with all of these things, pattern panels don't tend to fit quite as well as the original.
Flip the camera around a second, let's get that view.
That's Horton Tower, that.
Horton Tower? Horton
Tower, yeah. Obviously it's a very old building. I've been up there myself and walked up to it, and it's just full of masts for mobile phones inside. There's no floors in it, so the panels are expensive, and the other reason being is because obviously Capris are quite an expensive car nowadays. Values of them have gone up, and if you've got something like a Brooklands 280, a 280 Special, 3 litre gear, 3 litre S, 2 litre S, they are a lot of money to buy in nice condition. Concourse ones are very expensive.
Right.
So consequently, because they're relatively easy and simple cars to work on, and if you get one that's a good base, you can restore it and sell it for quite a bit of money. Service items are pretty cheap. This has got a little 1600 Pinto in it, which I'm quite happy with.
So what engines did the Capri come with? So
this particular Capri, you could get the Mark III with a 1.3 Kent Crossflow engine, a 1.6 Pinto engine, which is what this has got, a 2 litre Pinto, a 2.8 injection Cologne V6, and a 3 litre Essex V6 engine. Abroad, Europe, you could get different engines that we didn't get opted for in this country. You could get in Mark 1 Capris, you could get a 2.6 V6 engine. You could get a V4 engine as well in the UK, I believe, a 2 litre V4, 1700 V4.
Is that down to emissions regulations, or?
Yeah, I think if you go to places like Greece or Italy, could be wrong on Greece, but definitely Italy, if you had a car with a big engine, I think the tax on it was quite extortionate, so
Right.
they offered them with 1300s to sort of get around that.
Can't imagine a 1300 Capri was much of a mover.
Well, no, I've seen people on Facebook and the internet, you know, all these people, oh, I wouldn't pull the skin off a rice pudding, and the same with 1.3 Cortinas and stuff. I've actually driven 1300s, and if you're pottering around the back roads, around town, they are absolutely perfect, and they will sit quite happily at 55, 60 miles an hour.
Right.
After that, obviously, the gearing's quite low, they run out of steam.
Speaking of that, obviously I've noticed it's got a 4-speed box. Is that something you want to change, or?
No, I'm going to leave this one with a 4-speed in it.
Right.
I did.
Because I know you prefer 5 speeds and something.
Yeah, sometimes for a longer journey, 5 speeds are a little bit more relaxed, but I have got the blue Mark IV Cortina, which you've seen on the channel, which is my daily driver. So if I was going to put a 5-speed in any of them, it would probably more likely be that one, because the whole idea of this car when I bought it was never to be my daily driver, because it's the only Capri I've got. I wanted to get it absolutely really, really nice and sort of like preserve it for the future, although keep using it, but not as a daily car. And I've found that in the sort of 2.5, 3 years that I've had it, the gearbox is dead sweet, there's no whines, it goes through the gears lovely, the back axle is dead quiet, and it seems to suit the gearing of the car quite well. It will potter around nice, you know, low down revs, and it doesn't struggle, and if you want to open it up a little bit for a 1600, it goes pretty well, to be fair.
That goes alright, doesn't it?
Yeah, it drives really well. Yeah, it does drive well. I'll say I'm out of all of the cars I've had normally, you know me, I buy a car and then before I sort of put it to any use, I'm like, oh, there's a mark here, there's a mark there, I'd like to get it absolutely perfect, because
Yeah.
I do like a car that presents really, really well, and this does present well, to be fair, but it certainly isn't as clean as what I would want it to be. It's one of them cars that I get in and I trust it to go anywhere. It's never ever been one of them cars, will it go, is it going to give me any issues, is it going to overheat? It just never does that. I know it's basically just a basic car underneath, you know, it's certainly not an Aston Martin, but the character that the car that it has, it gives you a feeling of being cool. I can't describe it. Like, you sit nice and sort of snug, low down, the driving position's really, really good, the steering's very nicely weighted and quite direct, even though it's got cart springs on the back, leaf springs that are prehistoric, it actually rides pretty well, handles well.
Because the Capri was a very popular car, wasn't it? It was what was the advertising slogan? The car you always promised
yourself, and to some degree that is probably true, because I did always promise myself a Capri.
Yeah, I had a couple back in the day. But
and on that bombshell,
yeah, I think we'll wrap things up here, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching, and thank you to Bruce for bringing me out in your lovely car.
You're very welcome.
So thanks again for watching. I shall see you soon with some more content. Goodbye.
I do my TikTok videos here, so it's quite quiet.
He does his OnlyFans videos here.
Sorry, shouldn't be doing that here. I'm not tossing off in a Capri, really.
We'll leave that in.